Hey guys, what is this? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Abby. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Abby. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. If you're new, thank you again for coming by. So today, before I continue though, very rude of me, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. It's 2021. I'm not gonna say much about 2021. What I'm gonna say is that I hope whatever dreams you have for yourself, aspirations you have for yourself, desires, I hope they all work out for you, and in your time, and in God's time everything works out. So I just hope that all works out for you. Another thing I'd like to say before we continue, because this is the probably 200th time, okay, it's not 200th, but it's probably the 10th time I'm filming this video, I do apologize for the noise. Currently it is football season and Manchester United is supposedly playing, so the level of noise I'm hearing on one end is loud enough, and then on the other end the people on the road never seem to shut up, because even when it gets a little bit silent, it's either a bike man start to vroom right through my video, and then a bus man with him burr, 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 burr. So I apologize in advance if you do hear any noise in the background. Anyways, based on the boom, just fix up, check if I'm sweating in the shirt, clean all time, or can't have on the fan. Cause if I have on the fan, our worst night that not cute. So if you have to get a little hot, just hope so nobody no see no sweat stain. So basically I'm looking at 12 steps to growth for me. Now I don't normally, like, when the new year comes, I don't have like a list of, oh, these are the things I want to do in the new year, or I don't have one of those, because I'm not committed. Commitment and me, we have an issue. I don't know why we have this issue, but we have an issue. But it's something I'm planning to work on. But we have an issue, and we have to sort it out, because it's so cute. It doesn't look good. So I don't have resolutions, but I don't want you guys to think, oh, I'm doing these 12 steps of growth just within this year. No, this is like, I want to start working towards these things for the rest of my life, because I know that the Great Wall of China was not built in a day. Because if it was, me need to find them people up and talk to them and ask them, like, were you getting paid a certain amount of money if it was finished in a day? Were you being given food, like good food, for you to have so much strength and energy to finish off the Great? Like, there's so many questions, because that's just not possible. Hear there. Somebody probably tried scoring every day. I deal with this every day. I deal with this every day. I lost track of what I was saying. So 12 things that I need to do for my personal growth overall. I divided it into, like, I divided the things that I'm looking at into two. You have the 5 alleys, and then you have 7 habits. Now I have the 5 alleys because I'm looking at emotional, physical, mental. But emotional and mental not tied together, kind of. No, emotional, physical, mental, financial, and spiritual. I just realized what I did. So emotional, I want to be more expressive of my feelings. I tend not to express how I'm feeling in a certain time. I'd probably tell one person or 2 people, and after that I just feel like whatever information they give back to me, I feel like that's enough. I don't need to go to anybody else. And yeah, expressing myself is something I would love to work on for me. So that's, I think, emotional. I think that ties under emotional. I don't know, I never go psychology school or all of that. It just sound like it much. That made me sound dumb. Anyways, physically, what I'd like to work on is my health. I had a health scare last year, and I didn't I didn't I don't talk about it much because obviously it ties back with the emotions and not expressing myself. Because I started to think the worst of everything, and the health scare, it just, even though it's common, I've talked to people who've had these issues, but for me personally, because I know based on what I talked to my doctor, for me it's kind of a little bit tricky. So I really haven't been taking care of myself properly. Even after finding out, just the mere fact of having to be taking my medication, some days I just would not take the medication because I was just like, I don't like it. I don't like having to rely on this pill to make me feel better, kind of thing. So that's something I want to work on for myself. Financially, I want to be financially stable. I don't want to be dependent on my parents for everything. I think for a lot of children, I don't know, or a lot of kids, I personally want to be able to. I used to always say buy my mother and father a house, but right now, me not see that. Like, it's a dream, but right now, me not see that. But, like, I don't know, but to, like, give them a trip outside of Jamaica. Like, hey, mom and dad, here's a ticket to something, and yet I can't buy a house. Something really wrong with me. But I want to be able to give back to my parents because they have done so much for me. So I want to be financially stable, and I want to work towards being financially stable. Mentally, I want to work on me. And I probably should have said that in the beginning, but I'm not sure if a lot of people, there are a lot of people that probably like deal with this but don't talk about it. But for me, mentally, I realize that I don't love myself the way I should. I think during the whole pandemic, during the whole 2020, when we were all locked up in our houses and had nowhere to go, isolated, I felt like I was in a prison cell. And it was the first time I realized that I was left with my thoughts. I was left with things that I buried as a child, things that I didn't want to talk about, I was left with all those thoughts, and it's like the treasure chest inside my head opened up, and everything like came out. Self-worth, self-love, self-esteem, confidence, all of that just was like pew 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 pew. You ever watch that SpongeBob episode where like the file cabinet too big and it's just like pew? And yeah, that's how I felt during isolation. And I realized, I didn't love myself the way I should. And it's funny because whenever one of my friends or somebody else is like down and about, I am always like uplifting them and motivating them. But for me personally, I couldn't find myself doing it because I didn't believe one word I was saying to myself. And that was because I realized I didn't truly honestly love myself. And I think as I continue to grow, not only for 2021 or 2022, but for the rest of my life, I want to start loving myself and stop pretending, something I want to work on in terms of mental health. I know, when you talk about mental health, it kind of gets tricky because everybody has different definitions. But for me, I think that these thoughts, these things that I was thinking about myself, I just feel like I shouldn't have kept it all in, which comes back to emotional health. Can't tell me. Anyways, comes back to emotional health. But I just want to express myself more and be confident. So spiritually, I want to get closer to the man up above, Papa God. I said Papa God, but I want to get closer back to God. I pray, but something about the prayers, it just don't feel like it's connecting the way it should. So that's something I want to work on. So those are the 5 alleys. And the 7 habits that I'd love to break and really need to break are procrastination. The biggest habit I have is procrastination. Me is a procrastinator, but let me tell you, me have the procrastination monkey or something or another. I have it and I need to let it go. It needs to go. I need to work on like procrastination in general. I procrastinate for everything. Hence why you are now just getting a new video from me. 3 months? I'm sorry. I do apologize. So yeah, I just want to work on procrastination. So I wrote it down on a list. I'm gonna put the list right here. And this, so procrastination is the first habit I really want to break. For me is working out. Health, that goes back to the whole health thing, but that's a video for another day, another time. Commitment. I will start to work out on Tuesday and I will go hard. I'll jog, skip, squat, lunge, all of them crazy nice stuff, hip thrusts, donkey kicks, every single one of them. I'll do all of that, right? And by next week Wednesday, if I feel the slightest pain in my back, I'm done for. Like, I sit down on the couch, I'm like, yeah, I'm still gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, and then I just give up. And it's just like, I'm not committed to anything. And it's so funny that, you know, I want a relationship, but we're not gonna indulge in that. How can I want to be in a relationship with somebody, right? I mean, I'm still single, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm fine.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get it.
I am fine. So yeah, how can I not? I want to. I just talked about being single and started laughing after myself. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I can't commit to myself. How am I going to want somebody to commit to me? Commit to loving me and caring for me if I personally can't commit to just jogging and working out for myself? Like, that's messed up. And that's just a habit I'd love to break. Being organized. I think if my mother ever watches this video, she will be clapping. She will be like, yes, I agree. And yeah, I am not the most organized girl. My room tends to get messy. No, I am not crazy, because like, we call the dresser will mess up when I try to find something and I won't fix it back. Hear me out. When I'm looking for something and I know I put it one place and then I can't find it, that's when I pull up the room. But when it look a certain way, me personally can't stay in the room. I'm gonna clean up the room. But my mother would prefer if, you know, like if 2 clothes drop, or if I leave 2 clothes on the like dresser, she'd prefer if I just take it up now than waiting later. And I tell you, that leads back to the whole procrastination thing. Why not do it now instead of doing it later? What I can do now, I save for later, and I can just take up the something and drop it in on the bin. But that's the whole organized. And I think personally for myself, I'd love if I was more organized. So yes. Another habit, I think being closed off, it ties in with the first one, but I tend to bottle up my emotions, bottle up my feelings, and then I'll have sudden outbursts and breakdowns. And even when I have the breakdowns, I'm by myself breaking down. Like, I'm not around people breaking down. I'm by myself, like crying myself to sleep. I remember one time I cried for 3 hours straight, and that's because I just was going through the motions of life in my head. And yeah, it ties in with this other habit, making excuses. I always have an excuse of why I don't want to do this or why I don't want to do that. And really, it's funny, like looking back on these 7 habits, a lot of them correlate, but I want to stop making excuses. And I think it ties in with living in the moment. I personally want to start living in the moment, living for the now rather than the later. And it's just something I want to work towards. So that's what we're gonna do. Splurging. How can a broke girl, sorry for my language, how can a girl that is broke all the time love go shop or love go store and see things and say, oh my, this look nice, let me buy? You don't have no money for you buy that. You don't need it because you have one at your yard already. You're red eye and you're enough. You enough. You're too enough. You have to tell yourself sometime, you know. I want to break the habit of splurging. I'm the type of person will have $1,000, and which is funny, you know, come cheap. And I think that's why, you see, when things cheap, it's like my head just step on a wow. Imagine this really costs that much. Let me get 4 of them, because you know it's better to buy all 4 than buying one with my cheap self. No sense. But I'm always splurging and I need to stop. I really need to stop. And I think I did it. You see, because the last thing I have on my list is not living in the moment, and I correlated that with making excuses. So those are the 12 things that I want to work on for my personal growth overall. I mean, I don't want to do it just for 2021, but I want to do it for the rest of my life. I want to work on my emotional health, my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual being or my spiritual state of mind, and my financial stability. Yeah. So I mean, I really hope you guys, you know, can help me. Like, what are those, like, reassure me and, you know, assist me. And also, if you watch my video and you started to think about these things, I personally believe that you should also probably, I was going to take out my book and show you, but my book look is in shambles and that's not cute. But like, get a paper and a pen and just write things you want to work on yourself. And it doesn't necessarily it doesn't necessarily have to be done within this moment right now. It doesn't have to be done within 2021. Please, I don't like when people give themselves like a timeline. Just do it for now, and as you continue, help it grow. So just write it down. It doesn't have to be 12 like me. It can be 3 things, you know. It can be 20 things, and it can be little things like making your bed more, or waking up at 5 o'clock instead of 7 or 8. I don't know what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is I think we all should just start to work on ourselves more. And I know for me personally, 2020 has opened my eyes a lot, especially to me and self-love and appreciation. So that's just something I know that is at the top of my list of growth and development for me. I want to work on those things, because I feel like once I start working on all of those things, no can't stop me. When my confidence like reach back where it needs to be, because right now I'm confident to do this YouTube thing. Yeah, me confident. Why did I say that? But I just feel like we all should do it. I know I kind of spaced over there, so I was getting emotional and I had to tell my tears go back up. But honestly, I really hope this video was helpful for any of you. If it wasn't, you know, still like, share, comment and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you are notified whenever I start posting new videos, because as I said, procrastination is a habit I am going to break. Not committing is a habit I am going to break. I'm committed. Committed. Can I hear a committed in the church? I say committed. She is committed. Yes. Yes, she is. To start posting. Thank you. But yeah, so like, share, comment and subscribe to my video, guys. Write down whatever things you want to work on yourself. You know, leave a comment down below of what else you'd like to see me do, film. You know, if you like these sit down videos, I promise you, give me a topic that you want me to rant about, I got you. I got you. So comment down below what other videos you guys comment down below what other video you guys would like for me to do. As I said before, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share to your mother, your uncle, your grandfather, your niece, your nephew, your ex, your lecturer, anybody. I do business. If you sit on the road and you watch my video, touch the person to your left. We're in a church. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, come on, do it with me. Neighbor, like and subscribe to Abby Jamilia. I do apologize. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will see you guys next time. I go edit this video right now and drop it, cause me say commitment, me say no more procrastination, and I say no more making excuses. All right, now bye.